second attempts being capped at 40%. That's a very, very pretty low number, right? You can do it a second time and get 90%, but they'll record it as 40. That's it. They'll have it as that much. So what do you think of second attempts being capped at 40%?
I think they shouldn't be capped at 40%. I think that maybe if they were capped but not at 40, just because some people just don't get it right the first time, and I feel that everyone deserves a second chance. And but just to make sure people don't mess up and take advantage of it, that it should still be capped but not at 40%, because 40% is just a pass, whereas I think that it should be capped at like maybe 60% or something like that.
The quality of education, do you think it's worth it for what you pay?
No. I think now, especially with it going higher, I think depending on your degree, it can be worth it, but say I'm doing events management, I could have easily just done an internship and gone to work for a company instead of doing course. Obviously the uni degree helps me get there further and quicker, but for it being at 8,200 a year, I just don't feel we should be paying that much.
Right. So you're a BCU student?
Yeah, I'm a final year. I finished.
Okay. Okay, that's it.
Is that it? All right, thank you.
Think about the second attempt is obviously it's gonna help the students to finish what they had to do, because maybe like some students, they really got short time to finish their assignments, and they really got a short period of time. So second attempt really, I think it would help them really to go to the next stage, to the next step. So yeah.
So you don't agree with it being capped at 40%?
40%, it seems alright, but I would say they should give a second attempt.
Right.
Definitely. Because from the first one, it's gonna be really hard.
Yeah.
But the second one, obviously, gonna get feedback from the teachers, and so yeah, I'd say second attempt.
What do you think about the quality of education?
The quality is alright. The quality, it depends. Like, if the students works really hard, then the teacher obviously they're gonna help him. They see him really motivated to educate himself. Like, if he works really hard, the teacher knows that this guy wants to be on the next stage of life, to go even further in life.
Right.
So yeah.
So you're a college student, right?
College student, yeah.
Which college do you go?
Metropolitan.
Metropolitan.
Yeah.
Right. So you're going university next year or something?
Next year.
Good luck with that, man.
Thank you. No worries, man. No worries. Thank you.
Believe it or not, we actually started doing this the project because of the rise in tuition fees. Not actually about what we're doing now. What we decided to do this about is we decided to just forget about tuition fees, because tuition fees are here to stay, and using the university may not be as much of a viable option as it used to be. As high unemployment, as fear of debt, but people can't get into these jobs that they want to get into, and it's harder to get into the civil engineering jobs, the doctor jobs. There's just less position. The market's gotten saturated, and when it becomes saturated, there's what I said a long time ago, there's too many students and not enough jobs. In 1950 there were 68,000 students. In 1995 to 1996 there were 1.2 million students. Okay, cool. So what do you guys think of second attempts being capped?
I think you'd have to take in the circumstances that the student originally got the low marking. So if perhaps they've been ill or something like that, then they shouldn't have their marks capped, because it wasn't their fault originally. So if it's just that a student perhaps hasn't been so good with deadlines or is a bit lazier, then maybe they should still get their marks capped.
Right.
So
Do you think a second attempt would benefit you guys?
I don't know about second attempt, but personally maybe a feedback before you submit it, so it's just in between, not an actual second attempt but already a little help before. That usually seems to improve the marks in my class.
Do you think the quality of the education that you paid for was worth it?
Yes and no, both. Depends on my modules and depends on my teachers.
Really?
There were some really good modules that I loved and I'm super happy I took them, but there were some super disappointing ones.
Right.
I think for me, I mean, I'm doing my masters now. When I did my undergraduate degree, I was at UCL, and for me, the teaching staff weren't very supportive. They seemed to be there just for their research grants and weren't as keen to support the students. But during my masters, I've had the complete opposite experience, and the staff have all been brilliant and really, really supportive. And yeah, if you need them, then they're there, and it's been a lot better value for my money.
Right. What university do you go again? Just for
Westminster now.
It's Queen Mary.
Queen Mary. Awesome, guys. Thanks.
In 1911 there were 20,000 students, and in 1950 there were 68,000 students. In 1995 to 1996 there were 1.24 million students. In 2013 to 2014 the total number of students was 2,2909,355 students.
So what do you think of second attempts being capped at 40%?
I think that's wrong, guys. We pay so much money, it shouldn't be done like that.
Right.
It's out of order. Dog shit.
So what do you think? Do you think that the quality of education is worth it for what you pay for?
Yeah, I could say the quality of education is there, but in order to say if someone's got extenuating circumstances for some reason, the process is too hard to go through.
Right.
Can you stop recording me, please, my friend?
It takes a lot of time.
Okay.
It takes a lot of time, and it shouldn't be done like that. It should be like, say, if you can't sit exams, you should be like, I can't do it, so we get to resit it, and it should be you should be able to get as much marks as possible.
Cool. So what do you think of the increase on tuition fees that are now $9,000 instead of $3,000?
Well, it's really too much, like we really cannot afford it, and we always need to think that, okay, I need to be working part-time extras to keep me going, because the cost is so expensive.
What university do you go to?
London, mate, in London, North London.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think of supplementaries that you have to do and then they'll be capped at 40%?
It's a bit too much. It's a bit too much. Like in my university, if you fail a module in second year, you will have to repeat a whole year, but still will be funded by the student finance. So yeah, it's a bit too much. Like capped 40%. I think so. It's a bit too much.
That's it.
And what it really is that what we have is a system that's in place right now that favours a system where there's more poor people than there is rich people. I mean, that's what we really have, is we have that kind of system where less people need to go to university for it to be free. This is a type of system that we actually have in place. Debt is a much more scarier thing for a poorer family, because I mean, if a poor family fails at university, I mean, they're 12 feet under, you know. If a rich family fails, I mean, they can still do something, you know. I mean, have another go, have another crack. The family's got money. If it's a rich family, they can spend some money on this sort of thing. But a poor family, they don't have a choice, you know. It's one chance or not, you know. It's one chance of fail really with them. But this is one of the reasons why poor families don't get it. And by the way, you know, the grant system is still $3,000, $3,500 or something. I mean, that doesn't really cover the cost for a poor family of tuition fees really. I mean, you still got to fork out $9,000
still go for 6 grand.